All right, y'all see I got my Clemson hat on. Um, I love listening to other people podcasts and shows. But why I get so defensive about the Clemson Tigers? Because sometimes people don't know their history about Clemson. And I'm only going from the 70s and 80s stuff. When I was born, I ain't talking about what happened in the 50s, 60s, 40s. I wasn't there. I can't tell you about that time period. But I think Clemson still had the most far as the ACC, and the ACC was known as a basketball league, but the most championships until Florida State came along. Um, but a guy I got a lot of respect for, R.J. Young. He does Oklahoma football. He does a great job on the show. He said Clemson wasn't just came on the map outside of 1981 national championship team. Before that, Clemson football was kind of irrelevant. And he said that, believe he said that Miami and Florida State was running the ACC. And, conference have been realignment for a long time. So he might forget. Uh, Florida State, yeah, and they did win the conference starting when they got in there in 91 and 92, whenever they came in there. But if you go back through our history in the 80s, Clemson was winning the ACC. In the 80s, Clemson was beating Penn State, Florida State, Georgia, Nebraska, Oklahoma. Matter of fact, I think they crushed Oklahoma in a bowl game, the Citrus Bowl. So I just hate when people get the Clemson football history confused and say they haven't been doing anything until Dabo got there. Had they been doing what they doing under Dabo? No. But were they winning? Yes. One of Clemson's best teams, I want to say, fall of 90, spring, bowl season of 91. Clemson went to Hall of Fame Bowl, played Illinois. I know he was out. Illinois wasn't that good, but remember that year, Illinois was pretty good that year, and they beat Colorado, who shared the national championship with Georgia Tech, 30-0. Clemson always had a lot of good defensive players, but they won't put out offensive players like they're putting down now. I think Kevin Matt, I think he rushed for 1,000 yards when he was with the Cleveland Browns back in the day. I just don't like when people get Clemson football history messed up, especially, like I said, from 77 to 91 when I was, I'm on the earth now, but when I started following Clemson football and I started noticing because I had a lot of family members go down and have some involvement with Clemson. So I just don't like when they get that mixed up. Am I saying Clemson on level of Oklahoma, Southern Cal, Notre Dame, Florida State, Miami? They got just as many national championships as Florida State. Am I saying that they're on that level? No, but they do have a rich history. And one reason why Clemson is not on that level is because they played in the ACC for a long time. And they were one of the founding members. Uh, Maryland football was really good. There's a lot of teams that were really good at that time. People don't look at the ACC because it's known for basketball, and that's true. Basketball rules, North Carolina, South Carolina. I don't know about Virginia, but that's the biggest sports in this area. Maryland, they have some great basketball teams. Virginia with Ralph Sampson. Virginia just won a national championship, so they do care about a little bit more about basketball than they do football. And that can't help Clemson's fault. State of North Carolina don't care nothing about football. I'll tell you that. That's why you see some of their best players. Think about Gurley and Keith Marshall. They up there around Raleigh area, Rocky Mount. They went to Georgia. You got 4 schools right there that they could have went to that were ACC schools. But they decided to go to another school. I just say that to say this, that I just hate when people get Clemson history mixed up. And like I said, I know it's not on level of Oklahoma, USC, Miami, Florida State, but it is a good history. Y'all will say Yale got the most national championships. Yeah, they've been relevant since 50, 1920s, 1930s. I mean, but y'all bring them up, some of y'all will, who follow football. But y'all take care. Have a good day.